I can't think of any moment in American history that stems from the actions of ordinary individuals as much as the abolitionists. A group of people from totally different walks of life came together at a moment and took on the greatest obstacle to America achieving the ideals of its founding, slavery. Took it on dead on when the vast majority of people simply wanted the issue to go away. But this group of individuals, over the course of 30 years, would not let this original sin on the American soul go forgotten. And they pushed it and they pushed it and they pushed it to the fore, and eventually war came and slavery was ended. And these people were at the heart of that. And they're true American heroes, and hardly anyone knows who they are. We live in Henry Ford's world. He created the 20th century as much as any individual. He created the mobile society that we are today. He created the consumer society that we are today. He was a transformative figure. And yet, he's been somewhat elusive as a person. And so what we really wanted to do with this film is dive in there and find out what really made him tick, what animated him, what were his own goals, what were his own demons. He wanted to control how his workers lived, not just how they worked at his factory, but how they actually lived. So he set up this really strange sort of social experiment of trying to cookie cut out his workers, who are from all over the world, into one sort of mold in his likeness. So he has a really interesting sort of psychology, and he has, of course, a huge impact on the world around him. We so take for granted the fact that we can hold a computer in our hands, that is a cell phone, that that everything is computerized, everything's at our fingertips, that everything's around the corner. And in fact, we're always upset because things are not happening fast enough. But we're surrounded in a world of silent devices making millions of calculations all around us. That world was created 50, 60 years ago in Silicon Valley, California, by a small group of people. Eventually, that company successfully helps create the microchip industry and creates the Silicon Valley that we know today. It completely is a page turner in history. And we're only really now beginning to assess it 60 years later of what a transformative thing this was. But it was certainly one of those moments. The introduction of steam, the introduction of flight, the introduction of the interstate highway system that changed so much. And the beginning of Silicon Valley is one of those pivotal changes.